Well, hello again, and welcome to Roland's Reviews. Uh, my esteemed guest, Mr. John Joyner, is having some technical difficulties, so he's working those out now. So I said, hey, I don't want to keep people waiting. It is Football Friday, and Gina, Alice, Diva, and the rest of the ladies of the Joe Blue Sports Report, we have to get ready to watch our Cowboys beat those G-men today. All right, hope everyone had a wonderful week. So just wanted to discuss this particular topic. If you've been here, like Gina, you're here every week. Thank you for your support. And some of the rest of you, we've been discussing this topic. And if you like me, I like to check out history. Looks like he's getting everything connected now. So let me see if I can add him to the stream. But I think I told you guys, I am an avid history lover. I absolutely love history. Looks like Mr. Joyner has everything worked out here. And so how you doing, John, Jermaine? Everyone's coming into the chat room now.
Hello, Lynn.
How you doing? How you doing, Mr. Joyner?
Good. Glad to be with you.
Thank you so much. We've been having conversations. And like I said, one thing about Mr. Joyner's generation, as well as my generation, people could talk and have disagreements and not how you doing, K Will, not hate each other, still love each other, even though you may have a difference of opinions. And that's what I miss so much in this society now. And so we've been talking. How you doing, Tina? Tina and Leslie are here as well. So I like talking to people. I love hearing different points of view. And how you doing, Tiffany? And yeah, those of you in here, please hit that like button for me. Thank you so much. Tiffany, share this on your Facebook page so that we can have more people come in and join the conversation. But again, I'm a big history buff and a big history person. I still visit museums with Dad, and I just love history. And so I wanted to delve into, why we are where we are in 2023, and how you doing, Golden Nova? Sort of figure out where it all started. And so we all know, and I look at all the History Channel documentaries and anything with history I love. Okay, but I wanted to know when the big disconnect started. So obviously, everyone learns in history class. Abraham Lincoln, of course, he was in the Republican Party. He was responsible for freeing the slaves. We know that. So at that time, most African Americans were Republican. So what happened? What changed over the years? We know sometimes things happen, and then you'll see people change up. So for decades, African Americans voted Republican. Now, what happened was, from my reading and my research, there started to be a shift in the 1930s when FDR, he served 4 terms. Now, during the Depression, everyone was doing bad. Everyone. We know that. But Eleanor Roosevelt she reached out to minorities. She reached out. If you're familiar with the Tuskegee Airmen, she was responsible for them actually being able to serve their country. Okay, they were just sitting around twiddling their thumbs because no one had faith in them. So when the New Deal came out, it helped everyone. All right, so that's when African Americans, they started to turn a little bit then, and then first major shift. That was the first major shift. Then in 1960, all right, there was another shift. At that time, 1960, and I'm going to tell you, I'm a big numbers person. 2/3 of hi, thank you, Gina. 2/3 of Black Americans were identified with the Democratic Party. Now, those of you who love history like I do, now again in 1960 we were 2/3 Roughly today, we're about 90%. Okay, from the latest statistics that I was able to find. What happened? Anyone familiar with Barry Goldwater? Now, he believed that the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was unconstitutional. He was Republican, but he believed in states' rights. So you could sort of equate him with the Tea Party, if you know from what you read. So he believed in states' rights. Okay. So Goldwater did not support the Civil Rights Act. So that's when a lot of African Americans started pulling away. Um, so the white segregationists in the South supported Goldwater, even though he was a Republican. So that's where you started to see a disconnect. And so Republicans now, again, from some of the reading I've done, they haven't done a lot of reaching out because they're like, well, we're not going to get the black vote anyway, so they don't try. But Trump reached out, right, and said, what do you have to lose, right? So I'm going to let Mr. Joyner, who's lived a lot longer than I have, he's had more life experiences, let him talk about, you know, this disconnect and what we can do to close the gap and just have people to open up to new different ideologies. Don't vote for people. I think we mentioned this last time he was on the show. Don't vote for someone just because their skin color looks like you. Major mistake. Last week I talked about the sanctuary cities and what's going on in some of those places. Those people are very angry, and now they're talking about in Chicago. Remember, they've been blue since 1931, right? So far as the mayor race goes. So let's see what Mr. Joyner has to say. Of course, you guys type in what you feel in the comment section. Because like I said, I like talking to older people because even though I do a lot of reading and research, he has lived some of this. So I want to know what he feels about where we are um, today. And because in talking to him and in discussions, he doesn't feel that blacks should vote for Democrats. So I wanted to find out what are some of your reasons, because we need to hear this, right? And like I said, we shouldn't just align with just one party. Look and see what people are talking about and do your research. Mr. Joyner, what would you like to say to add to this conversation?
Well, thanks for having me, Lynn.
Okay.
We'll go back to 1964 when you mentioned Barry Goldwater.
Okay.
Now, Barry Goldwater, you said, was against civil rights.
Right. He believed in states' rights.
Right.
States' rights.
Now, Barry Goldwater was telling the truth.
Right.
Because the Civil Rights Act actually set us back.
Okay. Statistically?
Yes. It practically destroyed the black community.
Facts.
And with Lyndon Johnson promising a brand new deal, that put the finishing touches on it. Because prior to 1964, we had our own communities.
Facts.
Our own little towns where we had our banks and this and that. But when the Civil Rights Act came, it started with the sit-ins and
Right.
going up and that destroyed the black businesses. So you look back and you say, well, who was right? Was Lyndon Johnson right? Absolutely, he was right.
Okay.
Because everybody has their own community but us.
Facts. You're right about that.
Everybody has their own, and they come into our community and set up businesses that we used to have.
Facts.
So when black people started pulling away from the Republican Party in the 60s, they were fooled by Lyndon Johnson with another brand new deal. And that brand new deal broke up the black families. At that time, about 85% of the black families had two parents in the home.
Facts. Talked about that last week.
And after the brand new deal, it split the homes. But coming on up, until Trump's time,
right,
all the younger generation, all they have heard from the Democrats is Republicans are racist.
okay.
And the ones that are telling you that are the ones that are racist.
Okay,
Whatever that means,
Okay, Mr. Jordan, I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of people, as I look at statistics, and I told you I've been reading Dr. Thomas Sowell's books, and we can have a difference of opinion, but the straight economics and straight statistics don't lie.
Yes, exactly.
And so I mean, I was stunned just reading what you said, because prior to the Civil Rights Act, you had to have businesses. After that,
Absolutely.
why are you going to stay at a black owned motel when you can go all over and stay anywhere? So that pretty much eliminated black businesses. So we gained, but we lost as well. People don't look at both sides of it.
Exactly.
And I found that out. So, folks in the comment section, I ordered some of Dr. Thomas Sowell's books, and you would be astounded. And exactly what Mr. Joyner is telling me, that's fact. And so now people get angry. If you look at most of the businesses in black communities, they're people from other countries. So what he's saying from the 1964 Civil Rights Act, that was one of the outcomes, one of the unintended outcomes, but that's what happened. That's fact. How you doing, Cheryl? So, Mr. Joyner, the Civil Rights Act, okay, as it relates to, we said the black businesses. What about education? So, prior to Brown versus Board of Education, afterwards, so again, there were gains, but there were losses as well. So could you talk about that as it, in reference to education as well?
Absolutely, absolutely. I graduated from high school. Well, I've never been to anything but a black school.
Okay.
But the civil rights advocates wanted to say that black kids couldn't learn unless they were in the white school.
Right.
And that to me that was offensive.
Right.
Because in our school we could stand up against anyone from any high school, because our teachers taught us.
Right.
And we had it, we had the everything that we needed in the high schools, and we were getting a good education. But when they took us out of our schools and put us into another environment, that's a setback. Of course, a few are going to make it, but you take the majority.
Right.
Majority of the ones won't do it. And that was a setback for black education. And we are just now catching. Well, I wouldn't say catching up, but improving on our education a little bit. But then it went back down the hill again. You see?
Yeah. That was I did discuss that. Again, you look at the gains, but there was a lot that was lost. And like, again, looking at statistics, reading Dr. Sowell's book, the schools this is prior to the school desegregation, the black schools, the students were doing very well. And if you go back, those of you who didn't see the video I did last week, he was talking about Dunbar High School in Washington, where the students were doing very well, going to college. I mean, during the Depression time. Now they actually have fewer. And most of those schools are ghetto schools, because the people who could moved away or sending their kids to private schools because they're bad schools. And I've seen, if you look at all of the people who fought for people to get a decent education, I've been in education for 26 years, and I'm here to tell you, a lot of them don't give a care. Okay.
Exactly. Absolutely. Because you see, when I was going to school, the teachers cared.
Right.
From the first grade to the 12th grade, the teachers were, hands-on. They would, teach you what like you're supposed to be taught.
Right.
And that carried over into the black colleges. But you see, there's a sinister act behind this, Lynn.
Okay.
Because we were two nations in one nation. We were it's the book, we're equal but separate.
Separate, right? Okay.
So integration was going to come anyway. It was going to come. It didn't have to be forced. You see, by forcing it, that caused a lot of turmoil and resentment.
Okay.
It would eventually came about.
Right.
But it had to come about gradually. You see.
Right. Right.
So when the brand new deal came, and then the black ministers in the community, they were bought out by the government to steer us into one direction.
Mm-hmm.
And that was to get our business closed down, because now you're saying Woolworths made a better chicken sandwich than Parkview.
Okay.
And High Point did.
Right.
But you see, once you destroy the economics of the community, you no longer have a community.
Facts.
Because someone else came in and set up stores in our community and control the economics. If you don't control the economics in your community, you don't have a community.
So would you suggest, blacks, we discussed this. So you're saying blacks, if we vote for Democrats, it's going to have more of the same. What are your thoughts so far as blacks not voting for Democrats?
Well, you see, black women, about 90% of them vote for Democrats now.
Okay.
And I was talking to a few ladies the other day, black ladies the other day, and I asked them why you don't vote Republican. Oh, Trump's racist. That's the first thing comes out of their mouth. Racist. I said, well, who told you that? They can't. I know. I knew where they got it from. The news. So the news is doing a heck of a job of controlling people's mind and thoughts.
Yeah.
And they know you are emotional. They know we are emotional. So they use that against us. The news does. And they'll say Trump is a racist. And that's all they have to say, that one word. Now, prior to Trump running for president, everybody loved him. Everybody loved Trump. But as soon as he came down the escalator, the hate bugs came out. He's a racist. Because they knew if they said that word, black people would grab it like a chicken with a June bug and run off with it. Yeah, because that's your emotions. Now, I was looking at Eric Adams the other day in New York.
Okay.
Now, he wandered off of the Democratic plantation when he criticized Biden's handling of the illegal immigrants. He took his little entourage on his big plane. They're flying down to Washington. When he landed in Washington, they told him, you better get back. They're raiding your campaign manager's home. So he had to jump on the plane and come back, straight back to New York, because he knew, that's his campaign manager. And if he stayed there, she might talk. So the other day, he's out in the street. FBI rolls on him. Gets in told his security staff, get out, move, stand on the side. Took his phones and his laptop. Now, I'm saying, whoa. Then it dawned, I'm like, oh, he's been speaking out against the immigration. So now Biden is cracking the whip on him to make him get back on the plantation.
Okay.
So, and then Letitia James is hooked up in this also. The
Okay.
one that DA, what is it? The Attorney General that's prosecuting Trump on
Okay.
trumped up charges. Now comes to find out they threw something out. She has a $770,000 loan that she didn't put on her financial statements that she's supposed to. They want to know where she got. Now they know where she got the money from. But you see, when they start wandering off the plantation, the Democrats always have something holding it over your head. They will bring you back on the plantation.
Wow.
And now, but that still hasn't dawned on people what is happening. But they'll get around to seeing it. But I see Eric Adams has toned his rhetoric down. He's not talking about the illegal immigrants overrunning the city. He's calm. He's calm now because Biden cracked the whip on him. That Biden is one mean Klansman. That's all I can say. He's a mean Klansman. That is one evil man. He's always been like that when he was a senator. He hung out with the Klansmen. But blacks are still voting for Democrats.
Why do you think now some of my reading now, I will say that it said that the Republicans just haven't really, reached out because they're like, well, we're not going to get the black vote anyway. So they just like, well, they really don't make an effort. So what do you suggest? What can they do?
Well, in actuality, some of the Republicans are just as bad as the Democrats. Mm-hmm. The rhinos. They just Republicans in name only. But what you have to do, before you vote for anyone, you have to look at their policies.
You better.
What are they going to do? What are they going to do for the community? And Trump laid it out, what he was going to do, and he did it.
Okay.
But he doesn't go around and throw it up in your face. I did this, I did that, like the Democrats. He does it, and that's it. With the black colleges.
Oh, yeah.
With the empowerment in the black communities.
Right.
To bring you to start your own business.
Oh, yeah. Golden Nova says, in my opinion, 2016 was the year of disconnect recently. The Republicans hide behind religion, which has always been an indicator to start unnecessary wars between people. And then Golden Nova says, white supremacy always has hidden systems that nobody can figure out until we actually see it being carried out. People are tired of being bamboozled, thinking that they are a part of a whole. And then Golden Nova also says, but when it is all said and done, black people have always been last because of our skin color. I'm tired of white evangelicals taking a narrative that is about religion. Even the KKK does the same thing. Okay, so how would you respond to Golden Nova's statement? Okay.
Well, it's very simple. You take the Republicans, like I just said a while ago, you have Republicans just as bad as the Democrats. You have to take an individual on their merits and what their programs are.
Right. Okay.
So say for instance, George Bush, he lied to get us into a war in Iraq, and all of the lives were lost.
Yeah.
Look back. What did they do? They knocked down the World Trade Center. Who knocked down the World Trade Center? The United States knocked it down. The United States government knocked that World Trade Center down in order to get us into a war. That was Bush. Bush, Clinton, and Obama are all the same. The same peas in the same pod.
Okay.
When Trump came along, you have to ask yourself, why do they hate Trump so? Why? Simply because they can't control him.
Okay.
They can't control him, and he wouldn't go along. He doesn't go along with this all these wars, killing and murdering people for no reason. Because the only people that profit from wars are the banks. And the banks dribble it down to the politicians.
Okay.
They all are a bunch of low-life crooks.
Okay.
All of them, Democrats and Republicans.
I've been saying that forever.
And the whole thing has to be cleaned out. It has to be cleaned out. I was thinking the other day, I said, man, I wish I could be the Attorney General when Trump gets back in the White House. First thing I would do, I would have grand juries in panel. And I would go through the whole mess, because I'm telling you, if Washington is cleaned out, they would have to shut it down.
Oh, wow.
They would have to shut it down for real. Because you look at Jeffrey Epstein with the Alita Island down in the islands there.
Yeah.
They have what they do. They blackmail the politicians, the judges, the bureaucrats that are in power. They trap them into uncompromising situations, and they can get anything they want. That's Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah, that's both. Oh, yeah.
And I can count on my left pinky the ones that are any good. That's one pinky. You see? But because they're crooks. They go up there with holes in the shoes, and they come back with golden slippers on. All of them. All of them. So when we are voting, we have to stop voting with our emotions.
Yeah.
And we have to see, like the people are rising up in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Brandon, they're telling him,
last week,
we voted for you, but you turned your back on us. This is what's going to have to happen to Black people to open their eyes.
I did that.
You can get the Democrats to do what they're supposed to do, but you have to stop voting for them. Then they will see the light.
That's all people understand. Golden Nova said, where am I here? I have a problem with Trump because he's a hypocrite. He doesn't love the people. He loves himself. He's a straight narcissist. He does things for the gratification of himself and not the people. Tiffany says, I agree. Golden Nova says, it is not about color at all, but it's about the rich versus the poor. Tiffany Joyner said he's not part of the good old boys. And Golden Nova says the caste system has got America. And she says, I agree with the two-party system is trash. Yeah, I've been talking about, we've been, the American people have, if you look at both parties, there's room for improvement in both parties.
Exactly. But you have a new, I would say a new breed of, not a new breed, but a new class of youngsters that's coming up now.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, that can see the light. And once you put the light on them and show them what you want, tell them you lay it down to them.
Yeah.
And you have to bring them in line, because you have to remember they're working for us.
That's right.
They work for us.
They work for us. They work for us.
We're supposed to tell them what we want.
That's right. Facts.
You see? And once we realize that and stop voting with our emotions, then we'll be able to see the light. But when you will hate, and one of the listeners was saying, Trump is this, Trump is that. She shouldn't watch, one show. If you watch anything else, you shouldn't. Women should never, or anyone should watch that View. Those cackling hens on the View.
I'm in
from the time they come on to the time they go on, they're talking about Trump, trash and Trump. And that sinks into some people I'm gonna just say a narrow-minded person. it sinks into their brain, and it like tattoos them. They can't see anything else. Oh, I hate Trump. I hate Trump. He's a narcissist. Blah, 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 blah. And nothing is farther from the truth.
Yeah. Well, so what do you think? What can we do um to continue to get the information out so that more people are willing? I mean, but don't you feel the Republican Party should start reaching out like Trump did?
Well, in actuality, we should be the one to reach out. They're working for us.
Okay.
We should be the one that reach out.
So
if you don't reach out, they're not going to reach out. The Democrats reach out, but look what you get.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do reach out. But what do you suggest that more of us try to share it?
We should have more programs and discussions like you're having.
Okay.
Just keep having programs like you have, and have discussions like this, and bring out the facts.
Okay.
See, facts matter.
They do. When I told you the video I did discussing Dr. Thomas Sowell's facts, a lot of people, I'm talking basic economics that don't even factor in race or anything else, just basic economics. But a lot of people, and like I said, he has the receipts, but people don't want to hear the cold hard facts. And like I said, this man, he's 93 years old. He just turned 93. He's been researching for years. He's written over 45 books.
Absolutely.
I'm reading a couple of them now. You can disagree with my opinion, but if I have these cold hard numbers,
you're right on. You're right on.
That what do you do with that?
You, just like I said, you have to keep putting it out, keep talking. You have to keep talking. It'll reach it. It will see. It will soak into some people. It ain't all of them won't get it.
Right.
The ones that pay attention and want to, they will get it.
Right.
And it's all about economics.
It's straight economics.
Exactly. See, we looking at the average white person, and he's racist. They're struggling just like we are. They're struggling like we are, but yet here we are saying, oh, this and that. Blah, blah, blah. Mind your business and do your job, and go ahead and do your job, and don't worry about what's around you. Just stay focused.
Stay focused.
Stay focused.
So do you think that more, the last few videos that I've been talking about, how you doing, Terry? Terry Harrison's here. How you doing? She said, hey, cousin, uncle. So do you feel that this change will continue to slowly take place? Where
when it will really soak in, Lynn? It hasn't hurt enough yet.
Okay.
Wait till it hits you on the kitchen table when you get ready to eat. You hit it in your stomach. You'll get it then. See, the gas pumps right now. You can get $4 or $5 worth of gas to get back and forth to work. It ain't hurt you yet. But when it hit your stomach, but trust me, they will see it then. This ain't nothing. It's gonna get rough. It's going to get rough than what's going on. In other words, the prices of food is what is going to change people's mind. You watch and see.
Oh wow!
You watch and see. When you can't buy eggs and bread and have a roof over your head, then I'm telling you, have to bring some people to their knees before they realize.
Right.
I've been deceived. And Donald Trump is a good man. He is for everybody. This man is a billionaire. He didn't have to do this and take all of this arrow slinging that these people are doing. And look who they're using to do it. People that look just like us. Letitia James, Fannie Willis, Alvin Bragg.
Yeah.
These are the ones that look just like us that they use to to do their dirty work. Now you see what they're getting ready to do to them. I just explained to you about what's his name
Letitia.
in New York, the New York mayor.
Yeah.
And Letitia James. They finished with him now. They've used them up. They got all the immigrants in New York and Chicago, so that now they don't need them anymore. So they're going to kick them to the curb.
Wow.
You see?
Okay. Let's see. Golden Nova says, no, that's what got us in this mess in the first place, because we've always turned a blind eye, kept our head down, don't say anything, and now it's biting us in our butt. So how would you respond to Golden Nova?
We didn't say, I think what she's saying that reason it's like this, we didn't say anything. No, we said too much to the wrong ones. That's what saying too much to the wrong ones is putting all your eggs in one basket in the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
Just keep your head down and going. You can't, you don't see what's around you. You stay focused.
Okay.
But
okay. So you feel that the tide will continue to turn, and that people are going to continue to wake up and just make
absolutely. It's time to get tougher. People will be coming more together. You watch and see. When they keep turning the screws, more people, black, white, I don't care what color you will come together and see what's going on as in our government, how the government is using us and abusing us.
Wow. And again, if more people would take the time to read and stop, you can't believe everything you watch in the lamestream media.
Don't even watch that. Don't watch that mess, because it's nothing but a bunch of mess.
Yeah.
But I tell you, you know, it's an old saying. You want to hide something from you, put it in a book.
Right.
Put it in a book, I'll find it. You ain't gonna hide it from me, no. But you can't get people to read.
No.
To read.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
I grew up reading, and and I taught my daughter how to, to read, and so that's what she does now. She reads.
Yep.
Yeah. She reads a lot. But I'm telling you, when you read and travel and stuff and see what's going on, you will have a different perspective on. In other words, you cannot use that term racist to control you.
Right.
Because I still don't know what it means, but they use it. I don't know what racist mean. I really don't.
Tiffany just in the comment section, Tiffany just said, sure do. She's a reader like I am.
Yep. I told her, because I used to read 4 or 5 newspapers a day.
You know what I did? I bought a couple of newspapers on Friday, and I was off from work on Friday for Veterans Day. So I sat down and I got a chance to read, and I said I hadn't done this in a while. I've always loved the newspapers.
Oh yes, that's when when it was good. I used to read the Times, New York Times, the Post, the News, and there was 2 more little papers they had. I would buy them all, and I would sit and read them. And Tiffany would be right there on my leg, and I would teach her how to read some of the newspapers. Yeah.
Oh wow. So any closing shots? I didn't want to take all of your Sunday closing shots. I know you'll be back on the show, but if you had some words of wisdom to give to, or to say to everyone in the chat section now, what would you say? Until next time.
Do not believe anything the government tells you. Period. Find out for yourself. And read. Get your little library and read. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Because they hide it in the books, but they can't hide it from me because I got my books. Hey, Lynn. Oh, before you go, did you get this book?
I don't. The last book I just got to order some books last week, and I don't have that one yet, but I will. I promise.
I'm telling you,
Ivermectin.
everybody should have this in their library.
And everyone in the comment section see that book. He's showing the world on ivermectin, the medicine that saved millions. Okay, I have to get that probably from Amazon. I can order that too.
You get it wherever you get it from, but please get it. But everyone should have this book in their library.
Oh wow!
And that would you wouldn't be walking around with a mask on.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't be walking around with a mask on. Everyone should get this book. Get this book. If you don't get into things, just get it.
Okay.
The War on Ivermectin.
Thank you so much. Hey, that's another book I'll have to add to my repertoire.
Yep. I tried to get my brother to get it.
Yes, sir. That's all right. We'll keep working on him.
Yeah. Okay. I know he's listening. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know it. I thank you so much for spending your very valuable time here at the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel, and I'm sure you'll be back on really soon.
I enjoyed it, and next time I'll have another topic. We'll go into another subject. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I didn't want to keep you too long. I know you want to get to your football game.
No, this is more important.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Anytime, Lynn.
Oh, yeah. I hope everyone has an enjoyable week. And Mr. Joyner, I'll be talking to you soon about your next visit. Tina says there is mess on both sides of the coin. I don't need to hear commentary. Just who, what, why, where, and when. Facts. Okay. All right. So yeah. that sums up our conversation pretty much, right?
Yes, darling.
Yes, everyone have an enjoyable work week. If you're blessed enough to be like Mr. Joyner, you're retired. The rest of you like me. Thank you, K. Will. We got to get ready for work tomorrow. All right, Mr. Joyner has another message. He says, "Make America free again." Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Joyner.
Okay, darling.
Go Cowboys.
Take care. Oh, to see you had to leave. Okay.
Cowboys gonna stomp those Giants, baby.
Go Big Blue. Bye, Lynn.
Bye.